Alright, hello you people out there, this is Michael of 2.5 Stooges and welcome back to another Game Maker data structure video. So in the last one of these, we talked about lists, and in this one, instead of the list, it's going to be the queue. So queues are basically structures of data that have a start and an end point. And you can only access the pieces of data at the beginning and the end, because they're designed for situations where you really don't care about the things in the middle. For example, if you pick things up in a certain order and you use them in the order that they're picked up. I'm going to be continuing with the inventory example. I'm going to be getting rid of this residue from when I was talking about lists. And yeah, queues. So to start with, instead of saying list create, we're going to be saying queue create, if I can spell that, because that is hard. And when you collide with power up, I really should rename that to item. Instead of saying list add, we're going to be saying queue NQ, and NQ is a fancy term for just adding something to a queue, a line, as it is. And this code for the position on the screen is going to remain the same. And when you hit space, instead of whatever was there before, because I apparently deleted it, we're going to be saying, quite simply, N is going to be DSQ DQ, if I can spell that right, with INV, the inventory, as the queue that we're looking at. And that is going to remove the first value on the queue, so it's no longer going to be there. It's going to be put into the variable of n, and then with n, we're going to just delete it. Instance destroy. Alright, so if you really want to be efficient, you could just take this and say with that instance destroy, but I want this to be at least a little bit readable, so no matter. So we're going to run the game. So we're not going to run the game because it crashed on me because I forgot to do something. And that happens to be the positioning of this. Yeah, I forgot to remove this. So I'm just going to be lazy and keep a variable that's called I. That's going to be a number of things we picked up to represent it on the screen. So we're going to say I equals 0 there as well. It's not the best solution for this, but it's just graphical stuff because I want you to be able to see what's going on more than anything else. So. Alright, so now when I run the game, I'm going to be jumping into a couple of those things, and I think 4 is good. I'm going to hit space, and they're going to disappear from the beginning, and I'm going to run into them again, and they're going to disappear from the end. Alright, and it froze on me. Awesome. Oh, that's because, yeah, I wasn't being careful with this, so I should probably say if, I should probably make sure that there's actually something in the queue to delete before I go ahead and delete it, because if I don't, like, you could see the player disappeared, and that kind of caused some problems. But that is the basics of the queue. As I said with, oh my god, the stupid lowering thing. As I said with lists in the last one of these videos, the manual has a list of, a bunch of other functions that you can use with these. Here it is for this one. You have create, you have destroy, you have size, empty, clear, read and write, like you did in the list structure. NQ, DQ, I already talked about those to add to the end and remove from the beginning. Also worth mentioning is head and tail, which just reads the value from the front and the back of the queue, but doesn't delete anything. And I think that's the only other real worthwhile thing to mention here. For those wondering who have done programming in other languages, this is basically the same thing as the linked list in Java, with the one key difference being that you can't iterate over them. You can just take out the beginning and remove and add to the end. Anyhow, that's it for queues. In the next video, I think I'm going to be going and talking about the thing that's linked on this page, and that's going to be the stack, which are equally fun. All these data structures really are fun. But for now, I hope you'll enjoy that. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Watch some of the stuff I've uploaded, and I will see you all later.